Welcome back to Frankly Female as we celebrate African American History Month. And we have with us Zabrina Horton, and you're going to Cal State Long Beach,
right.
My alma mater.
All
have
right.
to put that in there. And Shanté Morgan from Cal State Northridge, right?
Right, all right.
Welcome to Frankly Female. And Lura Daniels-Ball with the Coors Brewing Company.
Right.
You put something together that's very special called Ebony Treasures, and it's a calendar, Coed calendar, of young African American students. I think this is a very exciting calendar and very challenging. Why and how did you put this together? I'll kind of address you, Shanté.
Okay, well, it was kind of a twofold project that came out of something else that Zabrina and I were involved in called the Coalition of 100 Black Women in Los Angeles chapter, which Lura is a member of. And what happened was we were selected as part of their Role Model Mentor-Mentee program. And we were inspired by Lura. I have to give her credit because of the type of work that she does, a lot of community involvement. And Zabrina and I were thinking, well, what can we do? You know, we're really interested in being a part of the community. And so we said, what can we do? And we made the suggestion to Lura that if we came up with a project, would she help us to put it together? And it all came together.
Oh. Zabrina, now are the proceeds, I guess you're raising money in this effort, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Are the proceeds going to any special event or special thing?
Yes, all the proceeds will be going to a scholarship fund separate.
Mm-hmm. Good. And Laura, how did Coors actually get involved with this? Is this a commitment that Coors has to get involved with efforts like this?
Well, yes, it is. It's a commitment to make sure that we help to improve the communities in which we do business. And I've helped to establish mentor programs for Cal State LA and a couple other organizations. And this is just another way to take the mentoring process a little bit further, by teaching them. We were able to spend a week with them learning marketing and journalism in terms of what I did and how that applied to their careers. But this took it, even another step forward because we actually had a business project, an entrepreneurial project, and, and just blossom. So yeah, it fits real well within our philosophy.
That makes me think about it. Often today we hear so much about young people involved in drugs or crime or gangs and things like that. This seems to be another side of an alternative to that. Is that kind of something that's important to you in this effort?
Exactly. That was the whole purpose of it. Both Zabrina and I and Lura are committed to the community, and we're committed to uplifting a lot of the values that we believe in, and that's community involvement, African-American pride, as well as community service. And that's the strong feature about the calendar. All the models that are featured in it, which are students, I remind you, from across Southern California, are dedicated to community service.
Well, since you said that, I think we'll take a look at some of the models who are students right now. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about them. Okay, I think we have some. Who do we have right here?
Okay, featured on the cover is Corinne Rhodes and Phil Morrison. And Corinne attends Cal State LA. She's also the former Miss Black Los Angeles. And Phil Morrison attends Cal State Long Beach.
Okay.
Right now we have Camille Brooks.
Brooks, okay.
And she's Miss January, and she's very involved with United Negro College Fund. As Mr. February, who's our sweetheart, we have Paul Henderson.
For
Valentine's Day, right.
Okay.
Next we have Effie Blackman, and she attends UC Santa Barbara. Next is Lynn Ross,
Yay.
who happens to be Zabrina's roommate, and she attends Cal State Long Beach, and she's a theater major. And next,
I think we can get this young lady,
Zabrina.
And yours truly, Shanté. Okay. Now, what I'm seeing here, it seems like all of these young people are involved in something outside of just going to school. They're committed to some efforts in the community activity. How did you find these people that are so involved?
Well, it was a long process. We started this about, what, March
of '89.
Right. And basically, Zabrina and I went out to events that we knew the students were active at. And we submitted, had applications circulating and so forth. Students submitted the applications along with transcripts. They all had to have at least 2.5 GPAs, letters of recommendation, as well as a bio. and we had to do interviews, and their personality was a part of it also.
Zabrina, were you surprised to find that there were so many students? Did you have to turn people away?
Well, no, not really, but there were a lot of people involved. I mean, interested in being in it because, they wanted to give back to the community. And one question was, other people asked, well, did they get any money out of it? Did they get paid for being in it? I said, no, they didn't even, ask about what they were going to get out of it. They were just happy to be a part of it because they knew all the proceeds would be going to scholarships.
Now, it seems like it took you a lot of time and work, and when I look at the calendar, it's a very professional calendar. It's not just, the kind of throwaway calendar. It's very professional. The artwork is just incredible. How did you pull all these people together to do that? I'll kind of
Well, it's a matter of resources. Again, we wanted a quality project to reflect the quality young, African Americans that we have. They actually, we sat down and made a marketing plan, a public relations plan, an entrepreneurial plan, and we basically put together all of our resources. And of course, it's a very expensive project. It was a real learning experience, and it was expensive, but we were able to marry resources and network to be able to reduce cost. And we had a couple of setbacks, and so they were able to really find out what it takes when you go in and try, even down to setting up the whole nonprofit entity, because they set up a nonprofit corporation so that they would have the proper reporting procedures and everything. And so we went the full gamut. Yeah. They learned how to set up and establish a business, and they did the marketing plan. So they had a plan, step by step, for each component of the program.
Now tell me, Laura, you can tell me now, did you do the work on this, or did they?
I tell you, these two young ladies are such a find. They really are. I work with a lot of community organizations, and while I would give the basic direction and guidelines and introduce them to some marketing concepts or journalism or public relations opportunities and guidelines, they are the ones that took the lead and just really untiring. It's been phenomenal. Things I thought I was going to have to do to bring them along, I didn't. They came to the project committed, and they have just spent hours. And it's been a real brain trust, So each of these young ladies have their own opinion. We even had disagreements on the cover, So no, I did not have to do the work. I was able to offer my expertise and guidelines, and they really went for it.
Quick question. Why do you think this type of project is important right now during African American History Month? Why is that important to you?
Well, in particular, which, first of all, I like to say, I don't believe that, African American History Month should be just 1 month a year. It should be all year long. So this is important because it celebrates Black history throughout the year. Each month, we have indicated particular famous events in Black history. And, we think that the models that are in the calendar represent the future, and they're setting their pace as far as Black history. They're part of history now.
Because I know when I look through the calendar, you do have specific information that relates to African American history at different times.
That was one of our purposes.
So that took a lot of research, a lot of planning. Who did all of that?
The two of us. We worked night and day. Yeah.
Well, I know people would probably want to know how to get a copy of this calendar because I know they want to find one. I think we have an address card to show how you can do that. Maybe you can tell us exactly how you can do it. There's the address right there.
Okay. Send all inquiries, including any interest in additional information, to Ebony Treasures, CO Protocol Plus, 5926 Kings Road, Los Angeles, California, 956. And you can call 818-980-2437.
And all the proceeds go to a worthy cause, scholarships. Is that right?
That's right.
That's perfect. I really want to thank you for being on Frankly Female, and we'll come back at the end of the year and find out just how the calendar did.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Frankly Female, so please stay tuned.
Stan, I can't get Barbara Weston out of my head. She is so fabulous with that art show, and such an example of the harder you work, the more successful you become.
It's getting bigger every year.
Bigger and bigger. I think last year it was 3,000. This year it's 5,000 artists. It's just
and you got a painting.
I'll talk to Rotary later about you.
And the students, were they great?
Oh, they were wonderful, and their calendar was professional. I noticed.
I think
really
we have to say
noticed.
bye.
Yes, we'll be back next week, of course, and we'll please have a frankly female day.
At California State University, Long Beach, there's a brand new program called Impact Teach. The courage of a hero is that of the teacher, because they can make a difference on the next generation. Whatever your specialty, there's teaching opportunities. When you're in education, you can reach out and teach. Teachers on the move with salaries on the upswing. Uptown, downtown, that's what's happening. If you choose, you can't lose, because being a teacher, you can change the future. At California State University, Long Beach, there's a brand new program called Impact Teach to help you with admissions, test preparation, credential applications, and much, much more. You can be a role model in your hometown. The best way to lead is to teach. The teaching profession will also provide the opportunity for you to grow from teacher to administrator and beyond. So join the new generation of teachers on the move at California State University, Long Beach. Call area code 213-985-5646 now.